Hello guys, my name is Amit Sani and I welcome you in this daily UPSC MCQ series. We are taking Mission 2020 here and daily 5, 6, 7, 8 MCQs we are discussing here, important one, and the numbers are very less so you can digest them easily, and explanations are deep so that whatever you read, that is perfect one, and that's very important in the UPSC. That is the most important thing in this examination, that whatever you read less but you read in a perfect way with the perfect explanation. So that is the case and I'm trying here, and these are the current affair based issues, and that's the best way to memorize here because a lot of information is there. You don't know which one is important one, so I am helping you there, and I am giving you this explanation in this way where you can memorize things easily. So it will be very easy for you to recall these things in the examination hall next year. So 20th of June, and important questions we will take here. These are the pendrive courses, new courses by StudyIQ, important for next year's examination. Best help and affordable one, approachable one for all of them, and the aspirants who are finding it difficult, it's a great help for them. It's a course where top faculties are teaching, and self-paced learning means you can adjust your speed, because always you have to adjust. If you are going to offline coachings giving lakhs of rupees and understanding very less, so output is very less. But here it's all on your dedication, how much you can get, and that the best output you get here, and you don't need to go anywhere, you don't need to waste your money, you don't need to waste your health, and that's the best thing. So the description is there below the video, and you can call on these numbers also. All these courses are available there, and chat section is available on the website, and the PDF you will get here on this Facebook group and on the Telegram channel. Link is also given there, so you can follow there. SCO, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, is a regional grouping. For sure it's a regional grouping for security issues. For sure it is for security issues, but there are additional issues, and it was created by 6 countries actually. Shanghai 5 was the group that was created 5 years back when it got established in 2001. So Shanghai 5 was created in 1996, and at that time Uzbekistan was not the member. Actually Uzbekistan joined this Shanghai 5 group, and these 6 countries they established SCO, and today they are 8 countries because India and Pakistan they joined it as full-fledged members in 2017. So biggest countries are Russia, China and India there, and Pakistan is also important there. So Shanghai 5 was the group where it all started, but it was not a founding group. 6 countries were the founding members there, and India is not among them, and USA is just an observer. No, USA is nowhere attached to this group because it's a rival countries group where Russia and China, these are the major countries which are rivals to USA. Although USA is a major partner in many other important groups like groups or banks like Asian Development Bank, where USA has many stakes, but here USA is not the partner. So that's important, and all these statements would be wrong here because, as I told you, the explanation things are given here. The SCO RATS was convened there, and military exercise, joint exercise was also there in the starting of this year. So that's important, and main agenda of the terrorism they discussed there in this RATS summit there, and Eurasian Political, Economic and Military Organization. This is Eurasian because Russia's main part is in Europe, Western Russia is in Europe, so that's the case. So in 2001 it was founded in Shanghai, so SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and founding members were China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. And this Uzbekistan was not the member in Shanghai 5. These were the Shanghai 5 group, but they started it and it was operationalized in 2003, and presently 8 members are there. 4 observer states are there: Belarus, Iran and Mongolia and Afghanistan. These are observer states, means they are looking for full-fledged membership in the future, and 6 dialogue partners are there. So these are Turkey, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, these countries. Next question. You see, this particular question, these particular statements I have taken directly from the draft national education policy which is being discussed, and this draft is all out for the public, and they are inviting all kinds of scrutiny, all kinds of suggestions there. And for the last 2-3 years we have been observing that from some important documents, from some important releases, UPSC is picking sentences directly from there. As this is the most important document in some sense for this year, like draft national education policy is being discussed there, and it is changing a lot of things there. Many important issues like early childhood care and education, that is the core of this change, and they are giving some extension to Right to Education Act also. They are taking 3 to 18 years of kids. They are suggesting like that. It is not finalized, but it's just a draft, and many provisions are there. So I have taken directly from there. All three are correct. All three are given as highlighted lines there. If you go through the primary education chapter, so that's the case, and D all would be the answer here. Some additional details are also given. You see, they are talking about continuous professional development of the educators and the kids also, because the professional educators can only tackle kids in a psychological way, because pedagogy is the central theme here, and the right pedagogy means the science of teaching that should be appropriate, and all these teachers should be capable. So it gives a lot of emphasis to teachers education also, and the ICDS schemes, Anganwadi schemes, they are taking care of the nutrition and health of these kids. But the education issue that is highlighted in this draft national education policy, because that is ignored somewhere in the Anganwadis, and now they will be attaching these Anganwadis to the primary schools there, so that the education factor should be important, and the preschool education is a must, and the biggest investment we should do at that stage, because that decides the trajectory of the kid in future years in the schooling. So that's the case, and it's all about their careers, and they are taking these things professionally in a psychological way. And there was a national ECCE policy in 2013. There also it was recommended that make some investment in the preschool education. So all kinds of suggestions are invited here, and the age group of 3 to 6, that is the preschool time, that is mainly focused here. So they may ask you what is the preschool time. So 3 to 6 years, because 6 to 14 now, it's the fundamental right for any kid that he or she can get education. So that comes under RTE for 6 to 14 years of age. Now they are suggesting that take these kids from 3 to 18 years. That should be a fundamental right, because the preschool education is very important. So 3 to 6 is that age group. So that's important. And next question is regarding the Triple Talaq Bill, or the Muslim Women Protection of Rights in Marriage Bill 2019. You see, we need to see these provisions and which one are correct. We need to recognize that. The bill makes declaration of talaq a non-cognizable offence. You see, first you need to understand the cognizable and the non-cognizable offences. Cognizable is much more harsher, and non-cognizable in comparison to this is less harsh a form, because cognizable means no warrant is required. Non-cognizable means warrant is required, means if somebody is making a complaint, FIR is done there, then they need to go for some inquiry and something like that, and approval from the authorities and all that would be needed. So the warrant should be there. Without warrant you cannot arrest any person. So that's a non-cognizable offense, but they are making it a cognizable offense actually. This Triple Talaq Bill, they are adding a provision that the accused person, the husband who is alienating the wife there, just saying triple talaq, then that should be a cognizable offense. Means without warrant they can arrest the person, but there are some conditions. That is wrong. What are the conditions? Means for this particular punishment, the main victim, the woman who is given this talaq in this way, talaq biddat, she should make a complaint personally, or maybe any blood relative to her, he or she can make a complaint there. So only these people, they can go for this complaint, and without a warrant they can arrest the accused person. So that is the case, and actually getting a bail is very difficult in this case, because it's a cognizable offense, it's a very dire offense. But you see, the non-bailable offense, it is not like that, because magistrate can grant the bail there. That is to be seen, and this is a compoundable offense also. Compoundable means if both the parties, like the accused and the victim, if they both can reach up to a settlement and they can discuss these things, and they both are ready to stop the illegal process there, then the magistrate can decide about the case, and that can withdraw the case, and that can make the person free. It can grant the bail also there. So it is no need to go to High Court or Supreme Court like that. So that is the case. So some things are given here, and this is also wrong. D, none is the answer, and you should go through all the provisions. These are given in the PDF. And first they brought this ordinance, now they are going for the bill, because the monsoon session is started, and they will introduce this particular bill. It is just a bill, it is not the act. It will be an act after the bill is passed, voting would be done, it is passed, and it has got the assent from president. Then only we can call it an act. Till now it is not an act, it is just a bill. Okay, so that is the case, and that's why when they introduce the bill, then bill numbers are more than the number of acts or the amendment acts, because bill may be 120, 130, and the series is reaching up to those numbers. But act, amendment act or something like that, they are lesser in number. So the numbers are also different for the acts and the bills. Next, you see all these forms like written, electronic form, or in telephonic form or something like that, if they say talaq 3 times, that would be illegal, and that looks totally illegitimate. If somebody is alienating his wife this way, then it is not correct. Okay, so it is the case of talaq-e-biddat, and these all forms where Muslim women, they are facing many troubles there, and for centuries this thing is going on. Now it's a time that we take some right step there, and according to the law this should happen. Although Muslim law and Hindu law, that is different one, but it is a case of natural justice there, that it should be a justifiable form or not. That is the case. Okay, magistrate may grant bail to the accused. The bail may be granted only after hearing the woman, that is the victim, and if the magistrate satisfied that there are reasonable grounds for granting bail, then it can be given. But before that, he or she has to listen to the victim there. Okay, so that is the case. Next question, it is regarding Windrush Generation. What is Windrush Generation? We heard this case when Home Secretary in UK, he released some kind of apology, and he released some kind of details where it is the case of denying the citizenship rights to many people in UK, and who were immigrants who reached UK before 1973, and those are all people mainly came for some job, or they were invited as laborers in 1948. MV ship Windrush that reached UK, and in that particular ship Jamaican people were there, and they were invited by UK to work as laborers there because they needed them at that time. So it is regarding that, and this Windrush scheme was there after some time, and there the scheme was regarding these immigrants. Indians were also there in this particular scheme. So now, as in many countries this case is going on, that locals are protesting against the outsiders. They do not want them to be the citizen there, and they do not want to share their rights and all, and they do not want to share their resources and all. So this pressure is actually rising in all the countries, and the famous destinations like developed countries which are there in European countries, Americas and all, and in all these countries, developed countries, the local peoples, or you may say that the residents who were residing there since ages, and some people who came from other countries. So there is a tussle between both of them. Okay, so Indians are also going to these developing countries, Africans are also going to these countries, and the people from other developing or the least developed countries, they are also trying to reside there. So there is a tussle going on. So this case was regarding that. So the C would be the answer here. The Windrush Generation refers to citizens of former British colonies who arrived before 1973. That's the case. So it was a revelation there involving migrants being wrongly denied their citizenship rights. As they are living there for decades now, they are paying the taxes and all, and they are behaving like a proper citizen, but till now they are not given proper rights there. And Windrush scheme enables Commonwealth citizens, their children and some other long-term residents of the UK to obtain document confirmation their status free of charge. So in this particular scheme, they are given the rights, but some of them, they are denied these rights now. That's the case. And who are these Commonwealth citizens? You see, many countries are there where Britishers ruled these countries in the previous times. So now they are said to be the previous Britishers colonies. India is also that kind of India was actually that kind of a colony, but now we are free. But when we became free, or some other countries, when they became free from the shackles of Britishers, then it was a kind of a proposal by Britishers that there would be a friendly group of Commonwealth countries, and these all countries are former British colonies. So any country after becoming free, they may join a Commonwealth group or they may not. It is all their own wish, and it would be a friendly group, and just for the sake of history we are giving this proposal. So India actually accepted this particular proposal, and we are also called as a Commonwealth country. So Commonwealth Games, they happen every 4 years, and these all games are related to the former British colonies. So this Windrush scheme was regarding the Commonwealth citizens. That's the case, and these are the people who are eligible for this support under the scheme, the people who entered UK before 1973. So that was the case. Okay, and in the name of that ship, MV Empire Windrush, this Windrush scheme was given the name, and Indians are also affected by this scheme, so that's why it's important for us. Next, regarding the subspectrum Roentgen gamma, what is that? It is actually a space telescope. Russian and German scientists jointly, they are sending this space telescope for some years in space, and it is not launched by NASA. This is wrong. And it will not check any kind of condition for the landing on the sun's surface in the future. This is wrong. It is not regarding sun. It is regarding the dark matter of the universe, the expansion of the universe. We all know about the Big Bang theory, because universe, according to the theory was all compressed into a singular point, that is called singularity. Means whole universe, all planets, stars, everything, all this space, that was a singularity. Then it was a kind of a big bang, and that's why we call it Big Bang theory, and that happened before 13.8 billion years. And at that time it started expanding because too much energy was there, and all the energy which is pushing it, and some of that energy converted into matter, because you see E is equal to mc square, means energy can be converted into matter or the mass. So this was given by Einstein, and according to that, all the energy is the basis for this matter which is there, like planets, stars, any kind of atom or dust, anything is there, that is all created by dark energy. So that's the case. So dark energy is there certainly, but what is that force which is consistently expanding this universe? Because the universe is consistently expanding. We have many evidences of that particular thing. So gravitational waves we have found, and many modern instruments are there today. Before some decades, some other important observatories or some other telescopes were also sent, which were X-ray based, but they had their limited capabilities and limited range. But now it is again X-ray based instrument, but it's a multiple capability space telescope, and it is sent by Russians and German scientists. So that is the case, and D9 would be the answer here, and it is gonna map this universe. It is going to be the 3D map, and unveil unknown supermassive black holes. That is the biggest group of black holes and biggest size black holes, very powerful. And dark energy which is there, you see, we just know that we are living on Earth, so it's our space, it is the Earth, and we are located on the surface of it, and below that it is the underground. Then above us there is sky, and we see sky blue because it's all scattering of the blue light, but actually it is just a space, and we are looking through this space. We are looking at space actually. So, but what is this space? It is all dark energy. According to that, 99%, more than 99% is the empty space. We don't know what is that and where we are lying. Is it a truth or is it a false? Is it a kind of a just a kind of illusion or something like that? We don't know anything. So we are trying to understand that what is that dark matter, what is that dark energy which this universe is composed of, but we don't know anything. So for that they are sending this X-ray telescope. So German built E-Rosetta would be there on this particular telescope, and Russian built ARTXC would be there. It's a artistic imagination of that space telescope, but details are given here, and it will not detect gamma radiation. The name is there because this SRG, okay, spectrum Roentgen gamma is there, but it will not detect the gamma radiation. That's a very strong one. And Roentgen, who discovered X-rays, we all know, and that's very important. Next, Shadow Lines and Sea of Poppies. These are writings by Amitabh Ghosh. We all know these are English writings, and for them he has got awards also. And recently he was nominated. He actually got that Gyanpith Award, 54th Gyanpith Award, and he's the first person from India who is selected for this Gyanpith Award in English language. So he is the writer of English language. That's important. First is right, second is wrong, because he is not a Bengali writer. He belongs to West Bengal, but he is not a Bengali writer. He is English writer, and for fictions, history based fictions, non-fictions, he is known for, and he has written many novels and books and all. So he has won many awards. So only one is the correct answer. And let's see something about Amitabh Ghosh. Born in 1956, Indian writer, winner of Gyanpith Award, 54th Gyanpith Award. In December 18, he was selected, and now he is given that award. And English fiction he is known for, and he has got many awards like Anand Puraskar, Sahitya Akademi Puraskar for Shadow Lines, and for Calcutta Chromosome he won this Arthur C. Clarke Award, and Sea of Poppies was shortlisted for Man Booker's Prize, and many other awards are given, and 54th Gyanpith Award. Important thing is that this Gyanpith Award is given by Bharatiya Gyanpith, and only in the scheduled language, 8 scheduled language, 22 languages are there, English is also among them. So in these language this award is given, and they look for the last 20 years writings of that person, and according to that they choose that. And in this English language, this award started to be given after 49th award. It means it's just 5 years that this award is also given in the English category, and he is the first Indian English writer to be chosen for this honor, and he or she should be an Indian citizen, and that's important. Okay, so 1961 was the year when this this Gyanpith Award was instituted. Next, Strait of Hormuz. Strait of Hormuz, many things we have seen. Iran is threatening other countries that I will block the oil transport from this Strait of Hormuz, and if I'm consistently pressurized by America and other countries are not helping here, then I will certainly go for this blockage. And that is mainly opposed by America, and many allegations are there now that Iran has attacked its vessels and all, and Canadian and Japanese vessels it has also attacked. So consistent allegations are there against Iran by America. But this is the case of Strait of Hormuz. Geographically it is located there. If you look at the map, you see this is Iran, and Bandar Abbas port is there. This is UAE. So the first option says that this Strait of Hormuz which is there is between Iran and UAE. This is wrong. Actually, you can see there is a small a separation there, and this area is under Oman's administration, and this is Oman. Actually, this is the part of Oman. This is not UAE. UAE ends here. So we will say that between Oman and Iran, the Strait of Hormuz is there, and this oil transport is moving through this area because all these countries are oil exporting countries. Okay, and they are mainly members of OPEC group also, and not all of them, but that's the case. So it is moving through this, and many countries need oil. We are totally dependent on these countries, so we may have many problems if this Strait of Hormuz is blocked. So that's the case. So this is Gulf of Oman, this is Gulf of Aden, and Persian Gulf is there. So this Strait of Hormuz here is joining Persian Gulf and Gulf of Oman, and Gulf of Aden here is it is connected with the Red Sea with Bab al-Mandab. This is Bab al-Mandab here. This is Gulf of Aqaba, and this is important Suez Canal here. Port Said is there, and Mediterranean Sea is there. All these ships, these are transportation ships and all, they are coming through this Suez Canal and entering in the Red Sea, and through Bab al-Mandab, and through Gulf of Aden they are entering the Indian Ocean there. So they are not coming to Strait of Hormuz anyway, but only these oil transportation which is happening because of these countries, this is going through this. So the first, second and third, all these options are wrong. All these statements are wrong, because Gulf of Persia is connected with Gulf of Oman there, not Aden. This is wrong. And here it is not between UAE and Iran, it is between Iran and Oman. And not all the ships have to enter through enter in this Strait of Hormuz, which are coming from Mediterranean Sea going towards Indian Ocean. So this is wrong. All these three are wrong. D9 is the answer. And this is all for today. We will come again with some important questions tomorrow, and some polity and economy questions I will bring. Thanks a lot. Keep watching.